His election as president of the American Meteorological Society would have been the capstone for most careers. But Marshall Shepard is just getting started. An international expert in weather and climate, Shepard is director of the University of Georgia's Atmospheric Sciences Department, with over 90 peer-reviewed scholarly publications to his credit. Capitalizing on that influence, the Weather Channel created a weekly program for Dr. Shepard, appropriately titled Weather Geeks. Before entering academia, Dr. Shepard spent 12 years as a research meteorologist at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center, where he was deputy project scientist for a billion-dollar mission measuring global precipitation. With a unique ability to articulate complex information, his audience ranges from children, for whom he's co-authored a book on weather, to the U.S. military, who sought his counsel on long-range impacts of global warming. Earlier this year, Dr. Shepard was invited to moderate the White House Champions for Change event. And in 2014, Ted Turner and his Captain Planet Foundation honored Dr. Shepard with its Protector of the Earth Award. With no less pride or enthusiasm, the FSU Alumni Association recognizes three-time graduate Dr. Marshall Shepard as a grad made good.
What an honor to be here. First of all, let me say something that I say to all of my students at the University of Georgia right off the bat. Excuse me, because when Florida State plays University of Georgia, there's no doubt who I'm pulling for. So I always have to just get that on the table first when I talk to my students at the University of Georgia. They talk about triple dogs in Athens, but I'm a triple no. And anyone who knows me knows that I love Florida State with all my heart. So when they asked us to talk about what the university meant to us, I had to reframe that question. Because it's not what it meant to me, it's life-shaping for me. What I mean by that is simply the following. All three of my degrees come from Florida State University Meteorology Department, a department and program that I am now using as a model to build the University of Georgia program. So I have to start right there in terms of everything you just saw about my career. It really harkens back to Florida State University. I can't wake up each day without a thought of Florida State University because I met my beautiful wife, Ayanna Shepard, here at Florida State University. I was working on my doctorate degree and she was doing a master's in urban and regional planning. Frankly, I almost flunked out because as I was studying my doctoral qualifying or Ph.D. exams, and those of you that know anything about what that's all about, it's I was supposed to be studying for that. I'm trying to date her. So, I'm trying to be all impressive and date and do those types of things, but somehow I managed to pass my Ph.D. qualifiers, and we go on to have two beautiful young kids, Anderson and Arissa. And it's not necessarily because Anderson's the first person to wake up every morning that I think about Florida State. It's simply the fact that my beautiful family is because of Florida State. So thirdly, some of my best friends and lifelong friends I've formed relationships with here. I'm looking around and seeing my fraternity brothers, people like Brandon and Lou Dillard and Charlie Jackson, our new homecoming chief. Our last year's homecoming chief, they won before that, members of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. First homecoming chief African American was Cecil Howard, also in that fraternity. But I say that to say, I think like Wendy, I think you'll see that for me, Florida State University was not about the textbooks and the quasi-geostrophic equation and all of those things that I learned. I took full advantage of what Florida State had to offer. So I want to thank Connie Jenkins Pye and the leadership of the Florida State Black Alumni Association. I want to thank Scott Atwell, good friend and longtime friend and colleague, director of the Alumni Association, President Thrasher, and others that I had a chance to speak with. I know that he's committed, and I had a chance to talk with him earlier about some things that he's committed to moving this university forward. And as I've watched him, his leadership over the years, I'm very confident that our university is in the right hands, and I know that that's something that you all see as well. So this is such an honor. People who know me and see me on Facebook and in social media, they see how enthusiastic I am about Florida State University, and they just don't get it. Has anyone else noticed this? I mean, there's a certain zeal and a certain enthusiasm and zest about Florida State alum. And if you didn't experience it, you just don't get it. But one thing that I do get is this will be a lifelong honor that I'll take with me for the rest of my life. So thank you all.